Hello, welcome to today's training. We are talking about foreign language anxiety. And in this training, we're going to be talking about the wrong approach. First of all, I'd like to make it clear that I'm not saying that my approach is the right approach. Absolutely not. What I'm saying is that the wrong approach is the one that is not working for you. Meaning, if you've been studying English for years and you still lack confidence, you are still frustrated with your efforts, you don't see progress you believe you should have, then it probably means you're using the wrong approach. I am a firm believer in a personalized approach because I believe that we are all unique. It's been scientifically proven that no two brains are alike, meaning the way we learn may be different. Our experiences also contribute to the way we learn, our attitudes, our like the whole experience we have can make our journey different, and we all have different paths. So you need to find your way of doing things. You need to find your unique strategies, and you need to use your other skills in this language learning journey. Well, I don't know if you've noticed, but I said master a language because I think it's a much better way of explaining this process than saying learn a language. When we say learn a language, we automatically imagine a person sitting at a desk doing exercises, reading texts, reading and memorizing the rules and so on. Well, language mastery is much more than that. First of all, I must point out that language is not a subject to be studied. It's a skill to be mastered, meaning we are not supposed to study it as any other school subject, memorize the rules, and then take tests. Unless that's your goal, then it's perfectly fine. That's what you should be doing. You should be learning the language that way because you're preparing for an exam or a test. On the other hand, if your main goal is to communicate in English, if your main goal is to do your job in English, to give presentations, to give speeches, to participate in meetings, to negotiate, to travel, whatever your goal may be. So if that's your goal, to communicate, then we're talking about a skill. And we are mastering this skill, a language. You use a language, any language. So you use English to do something in it or with it, to communicate your message, to do your job in English. So you need to keep that in mind. If that's what your goal is, to communicate, then that's exactly what you need to do. Communicate in the language. Use the language to achieve some other goal. Keep that in mind. It's very important. My point is you need to take action. You need to not practice English as such. You need to use it. If you do practice it, then you need some targeted practice, but you need to use the language. And there are many strategies you can use to do just that, to use the language effectively. Now, let me give you an example. If you compare language mastery to swimming, let's say, to that skill, it's a skill, or dancing, or riding a bike, driving a car, any other skill that you have mastered. Just think about any other skill that you have mastered. How did you do it? By doing it, right? So let's take as an example swimming and languages. If you are learning a language as a subject, it would be the same as learning how to swim by reading a book with rules and techniques, and then practicing those techniques and those moves on the sand without even going into the water. Meaning, in language learning, doing grammar exercises just for the sake of doing them without going into the water, in this case, meaning without entering conversations and without speaking with other people or without using a language in any other way, because there are other ways of using the language. So I hope this was a good example for you to understand why you may be stuck. Maybe you are mastering this skill the wrong way. As if your final goal is to communicate your message, to do something in English, then you must change your strategy. You must change the approach you are using. There are so many strategies and techniques that you can use to do that, but the whole point is to understand that it's not you. It's nothing wrong with your approach. I mean, it may work for someone. Maybe you just haven't found yours, what is working for you. So if you'd like to learn more, book a free call and we'll just chat and see what you can do about your journey, and maybe even explore some guidelines and some strategies that you can use to create your way, your path. I hope this was useful. See you around. Thank you for being here.